In the world of lost and unclaimed auctions, I come across thousands of items every year, and 99.9% of them never have the opportunity to go back to their owner. They don't have their names, they don't have the address, they don't have the ability to be reunited. This is a story of a really rare event for us. We're able to reunite a ring with its original owner. I purchased this load from a storage auction. When I got it back here, it took us days to process, and we found all kinds of really unusual things. But in the bottom of the last box we looked at, what we call the kitchen drawer box, which is like everything and anything from someone's top drawer in their bedroom, just thrown into a box because they were in a hurry to leave. Well, in the bottom, my helper says to me, "Hey, you really need to go look at this. I think it's gold. This is amazing." And he handed me a ring, and I looked at it, and it was so big and chunky. My first thought was, well, that's either real or very, very expensive and unique. The class ring that belonged to a guy who graduated from the Citadel. The Citadel is the South's version of West Point. I've probably come across at least 50 class rings in my career, and generally, unfortunately, they're deceased. By the time we get the rings, they're at least 50 years old, and most of the time we can't figure out the family, or there's no living relatives to give it away to. At that point, when I had the ring, I had no idea if the guy lost it in a poker match, if it was stolen, if it was a gift, if he was even alive to begin with. Later that night, I did a search on the internet. Most class rings only have initials, which is very hard to go by because there may be 3 or 4 people with the same initials. Unlike many class rings, this one had his full name on the inside. I knew the year, and that was enough to go. Between the college name and the class year, I was able to figure out that the guy was on LinkedIn. So I reached out to him, and I had no response for nearly a month. As a business owner, we come across thousands of items and they never get reunited, and I just started to assume after a month that this one would be no different. We decided to take photographs in our booth. They came out flawless. So we listed it on eBay with a message in the bottom of the description saying, multiple attempts of reaching out to the owner have failed. If you know him, put us in contact so we can start this process. Would you believe it? I listed it on like a Monday night, and by Tuesday morning, I had a barrage of emails and contact information from all his classmates, and eventually, by 10:30 the next morning, I had a phone call from the class ring committee chairperson who explained to me that these rings are never to be let out on the private market. I've never heard of a ring committee. These people were definitely eager to get the ring back. One conversation with the ring committee chairman completely redefined what I considered valuable. The ring is something that all graduates cherish. No Citadel graduate feels complete without his ring. People have cried when they were reunited with their ring. When someone passes away, they ask the family if they would like to donate the ring so that that ring's gold can be put into that year's graduating class's gold pour, meaning that every graduate of the Citadel of the next year will have a fallen soldier's gold ring in the melt, symbolizing their passing on the torch from one graduate to another. By the end of our first conversation, I was shaking on the phone when he explained to me what it meant to have this ring. Instantly, the college said that they had a ring buyback fund, that they would basically buy the ring at any price that I asked. The military said to me, "We're going to send an envoy to come pick up the ring as soon as tomorrow, and you need to surrender the ring." I explained to the military that I am a specialist in lost and unclaimed items, and I never get to give the items back. I said, "Find out where he is. I'd like to give the ring back myself." And they said, "Well, how much do you want?" And I said, "If you let me meet the man that wore the ring, I'll give the ring back for free." This soldier dedicated most of his career to a military lifestyle. The least I could do is give him back what was his in the first place. And profiting off that was not something I was interested in. And they said, "Okay, we're going to find out where he is. If it's possible, we'll do it. If not, we're going to send an envoy and you're going to have to give up the ring." They called me back a day later and said that he was deployed and that he'd be home in 2 weeks. And they said, he's willing to fly to JFK and he'll come straight to your house. And I realized once again, this ring was really important to him. Major Marable came out to my house and he sat down at my table, and I waited for a nice lull in the conversation, and then I brought the ring out. And as soon as he recognized it, it was as if he gave it an emotional hug. He put it on his finger, and it fit like a glove. That ring was made for him, and that's the only place in the universe that ring belongs. Not in a collector's hands, not on the black market, not melted down. Todd was flush with a smile, and I realized, like, this is the right move. Todd explained to me that his ring was stolen in Paris 2 years ago, and that he was convinced he would never see it again. We have no idea how it went from Paris to New York loft apartment to an unclaimed item auction back to me. But the important thing is, the ring is back on the original owner's hand, and all is right in the world.
Whew, that's a load off. If you find a ring like this, do the right thing. Post it on social media and get that ring back in the hands of the original owner, because you know that's what you'd want done for you.
Let's do it again. If you guys enjoyed this story, like, comment, and subscribe, because we got more videos coming straight to you.
Sell it, yes sir, sell it.
Sold.